circumstance that says, I make six figures, makes $100,000 on the nose, nothing more. Okay? Because a man who makes a lot of money isn't going around and say, I make six figures. Only the people making literally 100.
Does she think that $100,000 a year isn't a lot of money?
Yo, what is going on, guys? Got a video for you here today from the Modern King titled, She Threatened Him with Divorce, but He Reacted Like a Boss. I always love these situations, guys, where women pull out these ultimatums or, you know, I'm going to divorce you, I'm going to break up with you, only for it to backfire immediately because these women have absolutely no leverage. Let's jump into it.
I see women on this app like crashing out because of how horrible like their ex-husbands are, their baby dads are, just like ruining their life and just, you know, making their life so difficult. And I'm like, oh my God, that's so horrible what those women are going through. And now I'm one of them. I filed for divorce 2 months ago. Wow. I've been trying to look for an apartment, and the places that I'm looking at, I need to make 3 times the rent to be able to rent them. And unfortunately, with my job, I'm a CNA, I don't make 3 times the rent.
These women will come up with the dumbest excuses to get divorced, and then they get shocked that they'll have to be financially responsible for themselves. But for some reason, even though they caused the mess, it's still never their fault, apparently.
So I need a child support order to be able to add to my income so I can meet the requirement. And I've been trying to get into some sort of settlement with my soon-to-be ex-husband on that. And basically, he is blackmailing me, I guess. He wants me to sign away all rights I have to his military retirement. He is in the Army.
Okay, makes
he
sense.
has been in for 18 years. He'll be retiring in 2 years. And I've been married to him the entire time. So the retirement's a marital asset, so I am entitled to part of it.
Her husband spent years serving his country and she got to reap the benefits, and she still thinks that she's entitled to those benefits even though she's not married to him anymore, and she's making it clear that he needs to finance her life even after she leaves. Ridiculous.
Going back and forth and fighting about it, and I just can't take it anymore. I just want to leave. I just want to move out, and I just want to start my life over. So I offer to sign away my right to the military retirement in return for spousal support and the entirety of the savings account that we have. I send the proposal to my lawyer and tell her this is what I'm proposing to do, and she comes back and says, well, this is a bad idea.
She is lucky at all that her husband is even willing to negotiate with this whatsoever. She's the one who is depending on him to ensure that she can live a strong and independent lifestyle with his children.
And then she says, well, you could get a temporary order from the court for the child support, but that's going to cost you $4,000 in legal fees, and it may not be binding because it's only temporary, so you may not even be able to use that to really add to your income. And she goes into this long thing, which I appreciate. I appreciate her telling me the legal stuff, because she's basically telling me you are an idiot to sign this away. And she does all the numbers, and the numbers don't make any sense. Basically, I'm giving away more to get less.
That perfectly describes her situation. She divorced her husband for obviously superficial reasons. She broke up her family and is getting nothing in terms of child support. She threw everything away and got nothing back. Hilarious.
She's basically trying to persuade me to kind of wait this out till the final order happens because it will go in my favor if I can just wait it out. But I can't wait it out because I have to stay in the house with this person.
Women like this never think about the long term when they get a divorce. They just assume everything is going to be good, even though they have no plan, no place to live, and have no idea how they're going to take care of their children.
Yesterday, he called me the nanny. He said that I'm gonna pay you child support and you're just gonna be the nanny for my kids. When I told him, like, I need to try and stay in the district so our kids can keep going to their school, and the neighborhood that we're in is a little bit more expensive, so I need the child support order. And he said, it's not my problem. It's not my problem that you can't afford a place for them to live. In fact, I hope that's how it plays out. Because I want the kids to see that you can't support them. I want the kids to see that you can't afford for them to live in a nice place. And I want them to know that they're going to have to go through a hardship because of what you did.
What he said may have sounded harsh, but it doesn't make it any less true. She initiated the divorce, she broke up his family, and is demanding that he pay her for the privilege. Now she's being forced to face the consequences of her actions.
The pressure campaign that he's been putting me under for the last 2 months since I filed is really him trying to get me to drop the whole thing. I honestly believe that. I honestly believe he just wants me to drop the whole thing. If I went to him and I said, okay, I'm just gonna drop the divorce, got rid of my lawyer and then didn't do anything, I think he'd drop his lawyer and we would just go about life like before. I honestly believe that. I just think he doesn't want to not be married anymore.
There is no chance her husband is going to take her back. By filing for divorce, she told him that she doesn't want to be married anymore, that she doesn't want him in her life. There's no way she can walk back that insult.
To me. Not because he loves me or anything like that, but just because this is a big inconvenience to him. It's a big inconvenience, and he has to do all of these things he doesn't want to do, and all he wants to really do is just go to work, come home, play video games, watch some corn, and nap. And I'm disrupting all of his plans with my annoying, irritating divorce. This is very long, but I'm hoping that a woman's gonna see me, see what I'm going through, and say to yourself, I don't want to go through that.
She isn't inconveniencing her ex-husband. She completely obliterated his life. She split up his family and is demanding that he pay her for the pleasure. He's angry, and rightfully so, in my opinion. She couldn't care less. She's just freaking out because her plan to get easy money just fell apart.
And it could easily be me, because it could easily be you. I am not special. I'm not special or unique. I'm just a woman. I'm just a woman with 2 kids.
She is not just a woman. She went on a long, self-indulgent rant about how hard she has it because her divorce isn't going her way. Her main character syndrome is on full display for the world to see here.
It was scary because my mom just came up to me and my dad crying over a letter she was sent from her college boy best friend saying she chose the wrong life and the wrong man. Bro. What? Yeah, that's the end of that relationship.
What her mother doesn't realize is that by saying she chose the wrong man, she is saying that she regrets having her daughter with this man, and no child deserves to hear that from their own mother. That is insanely messed up.
Best dating stories. I'm just sitting across from this person. I'm listening to them go on and on and on with the I and I and I and I and me and me and me and me. I'm like, she's giving presentation to me about how great they are, and that's okay, that's fine, but like, let me breathe in between sentences, and then, you know, maybe that'd work out a little bit better.
The reason why these women keep talking about themselves is because they have nothing else to talk about. They think that they are the most interesting and important people on planet Earth.
Why can't you attract a high-value man because you go out in lingerie and you don't know how to cook? You get dressed up for your girls every single time you guys go to brunch, but you won't get dressed up for your husband. So don't say that you want a rich man if you don't take care of yourself. Why is your husband constantly annoyed with you? Probably because you nag him all day. And when you tear down your husband's name in public, you are misrepresenting him.
The bare minimum it takes for a woman to make a relationship has mutated into something where a woman demands flowers just for saying thanks to a guy for buying her dinner.
Have you guys ever noticed that you'll rarely see a single guy out in public? I was talking to one of my girlfriends about this. You'll never see a single guy just out and about at a cafe or market. They're usually with their girlfriend. And I'm sure there's exceptions to the rule. I don't know, if you're a single guy and you actually are out in the wild doing stuff, what do? Where are you at?
When she says that she never sees single men outside, what she really means is that she's not seeing single Chads out living their lives. Even when she's desperate, she cannot bring herself to see average men as people.
Me when I was drinking every night, hooking up with any guy, lost in life. Me now putting God first, prioritizing my own health, focusing on me, not thinking about any boy going to the gym every day, walking 7 miles a day. Y'all get ready to settle down. I'm I'm happy. I've been out the game 6 years.
Even when these women, quote unquote, find religion, they can't stop talking about how great they are. Everything is still about themselves. There is no higher purpose. There is no putting something above themselves. It's always still me, me, me.
He is currently packing his bags and also packing our kids' stuff because he is going to leave to another state, all because I cheated on him with a mutual friend. My husband and I have been together for a while. No, I don't think there was any issues in the relationship or marriage whatsoever. I actually thought our life was pretty perfect, but then I decided to talk to one of our mutual friends, and one thing led to another. I think I was just really tired of the fact that my husband was constantly working to make sure that we had a roof over our heads and to make sure that everything was paid, and so I just felt very lonely, so I decided that I was just going to message his friend, you know, just like we are friends, nothing else, that was it.
Her excuse is complete nonsense. If he wasn't working all the time to pay and provide and so on, she would still find a reason to cheat on him, let's be real.
And then all of a sudden it just led to something else. I mean, at least I had the actually tell my husband what was going on because I could have kept it from him. You know, I could have just moved on without telling him about his reaction because he was not freaking out or panicking. He just said, okay, and then he said he was going to pack his shit and go, but he was also going to take the kids. He was very demure, if I can say that word. I just thought he was going to accept the fact that I was cheating on him and then we could just move on and, you know, continue with our perfect lives. But no, he instead chose that he wants to actually leave with our kids, and now I'm panicking.
No man will ever tolerate his woman cheating on him if he has any degree of self-respect. It's not something that he can overlook. It is a massive betrayal of his trust, loyalty, and masculinity. The only rational option is to just leave the woman as soon as you find out.
Any circumstance that says, I make 6 figures, makes $100,000 on the nose, nothing more. Okay? Because a man who makes a lot of money isn't going around and say, I make 6 figures. Only the people making literally 100.
Does she think that $100,000 a year isn't a lot of money? I'm sorry, are my 6 figures not 6 figuresy enough for you? She actually does answer this question by saying, not that it's not good enough, it's just a great indicator of a potentially shitty person because people who do make more don't scream it to look cool.
And how exactly would she know this? She obviously doesn't look like the type of woman who's constantly able to hang around dudes who make 6 figures a year. She obviously doesn't know what she's talking about.
But her own caption reads, if a guy ever says to you in any circumstance that he makes 6 figures, run. So is he screaming it from the rooftops, or is he bringing it up in any circumstance and you're conflating the two? There are many reasons a man might mention how comfortable his salary is to a woman that he's courting, most of those reasons coming from us women ourselves. We are, in fact, the ones shouting to the rooftops that we will not tolerate broke men. We will not tolerate men who don't make us feel secure. So when men go out of their way to let us know that they can provide security, why are we getting mad? It feels like just another way that the no, not like that tag gets added to something that we as a society asked for. So being broke is a red flag, but making too much money is a red flag. Not being transparent about your finances is a red flag, but now also talking about your finances is a red flag. What?
This is the trap that modern women have set for themselves. They've set so many standards and so many red flags to the point where they pretty much just contradict each other all of the time, and this guarantees that they are going to be alone for the rest of their lives. But anyway, guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. As always, don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. Make sure you guys take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next one. Peace.